And we're coming to you live from the Built Fuller Tough Studio. Boomer Esiason, Greg Giannotti. It's Boomer and Gio on the Fan. Simulcast across the country on CBS Sports Network. And wherever you are in the free Odyssey app. Good Friday morning. A feel-good summer Friday. Here on the Fan, one more day with Stu Gotz. Then Boomer and I will be reunited next week. And if Stu Gotz hadn't annoyed us enough over the last couple of days, he brought an intern with him today that will be filming everything in the breaks. So I've been trying to tell him I don't want any conversations in the breaks. I don't want to talk to you outside of when we have to talk on the show. And he won't do that. He just keeps talking to me about things I don't care about. And now he's brought somebody with him to film everything. So just really the cherry on top of what has been a really, really difficult week to get through with you is this now on a Friday. So, and I'd forgotten about that. You warned me of it, and then I go get you from the door, and there's a camera in my face the second that I let you in. So I'm like, all right, well, you know what? You just gotta power through.
Yeah, you do.
You gotta power through. Good morning.
Good morning
Stu,
to you, by the way.
How are you?
I appreciate all the compliments on the way in here. Someone has a name, and her name is Lucy.
That's right, yeah.
Okay, she will be filming during the breaks. I said, listen, don't talk to Gio. He's tired of me. I think I'm tired of him.
Yeah.
He wants Boomer back. He wants silence during the breaks.
Yes,
I'm
do.
not giving him any of that.
No.
I'm not even watching the games we're talking about every single night.
That's a good point, yeah.
He is ready for me to go back to Miami. And quite frankly, after doing 4 days of mornings, I am ready to get back to I go to Rochester right now with my wife and my daughter, for crying out loud. But Lucy is here. Gio is very bitter because we played golf yesterday.
Yeah.
And,
you won.
I don't want to spoil everything.
Well,
right?
no, you won, and we will get to it. And I played horrible, and you were better. And
Slightly.
Yeah. But then again, I mean, you were saying you've been playing for 25 years. You're more like a 15, where I'm more like a 22, and I didn't get any strokes. And then I was like, I can't now halfway through the round get strokes. So but it was ugly. I played horrible, so much so that I said that I need to take a break from the game. Yeah. But I also, I'm not going to make excuses, but playing with you is a different experience, man.
Why?
Well, it's just different. I'm used to.
Well, different how? I mean,
well, when I play with Boomer and he invites me somewhere, everything is just completely taken care of. You show up and boom, they're waiting for you, whatever you need, this and that. I show up there before you. Nobody has any idea what's going on. Yeah. Who are you here to play with? Sure. Do you know a member? I don't know anything about this. You give me the name of somebody who was confused. There's like whispering going on. I don't know who this person is. You show up. You went to the hotel and wasted 45 minutes. You said you were changing just to show up at the post shop in the same clothes you were wearing doing the show. Right. So you have to sit there and buy shoes, a shirt, all of this stuff before we go out and play. Right. Yeah. I mean, and then you're just the talking. Yeah. It's just nonstop. And I can't, it was a bad decision on my part to do all this radio with you and then do something like that with you after the show. Right. And then I start playing bad, and I'm just like, you know what? I that was the least amount of fun I've ever had playing golf yesterday. I know. It was, I can tell. I have never been that upset. Right. With a golf club in my hand ever.
So I'm sorry that I never played quarterback for the New York Jets, okay? And, I didn't play 10 years in the NFL. Did he win an NFL MVP, Boomer?
He did, yes.
Okay, I'm sorry I didn't do that either, okay? Because when you do those things and you show up to golf courses, people tend to cater to your every need.
Well, I mean, but you're bigger than all of us here at WFAN, except for Boomer, so they should be catering to your every need in your hometown, right?
You know what I realized yesterday? I'm not as big as you.
Not in New York, at least.
I mean, that golf course and the people who work there, they could not believe that Greg Giannotti had showed up to there. But it was unbelievable. You're a massive star, man. I'm so proud of you.
There were pictures.
A massive star who can't golf, but you're a massive star nonetheless. I mean,
well, yes, I know. It was terrible yesterday. Right. I was really, really bad. It was a regression day. I will admit that. Nothing I can say. It was a regression day.
Gio quit golf yesterday, just so you know.
For like a week.
For a whole. Because what happens, and this is what golf does to you, okay? Gio he didn't play well, okay? 15, 16 holes. But 16, 17, and 18, he brought it home strong. I think he went par, bogey, par.
Yeah, bogey par was what it was.
Bogey par,
Yeah, that's
okay?
right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And for 15 holes, he's telling me he's quit the game. He's not playing anymore. He's taking a break. He's taking a break. He needs a break. He's been playing too much. Too many shots at the range. Too many swings.
Yeah.
Not playing. Can't wait to go to Italy.
Yeah.
At one point, he threw my driver at me. Okay, that's how mad he was.
It wasn't your driver. You were taking
It was a rental, yes.
I mean, but
by the way, yes, I did beat him with rentals. I mean,
also in 25 years of experience on me.
But let me get through this because bad, never playing again. And golfers and people listening can relate to this. Then he hits an unbelievable shot on, I think, the 17th hole. And he went from never playing again. My sense is Gio will play today.
No. I canceled my golf plans on Sunday. I did. I said we're not doing it. Not doing it. We're going to go to the beach instead. Canceled it. So no, I'm a man of my word. I need a break.
Okay.
It was the world was telling me to step away for a little bit. It just did. The world tells you what to do.
Right.
All right. So let's do some Mets here, of course, because that's what people are expecting.
Yes.
And because last night, once again, it's another one of these. I cannot believe we are sitting here at the end of July with this team beating the Atlanta Braves in the way that they beat the Atlanta Braves last night after sweeping the Yankees and beating the hell out of them. So, I mean, you go back to the end of May where this team was completely dead in the water. I had no belief in them. I thought it was going to be so bad. I thought 75 wins would be the best that they could possibly do.
Yep.
And now you've got them not only beating the Yankees, but beating the hell out of the Yankees and then winning a game last night that they would have lost against the Atlanta Braves 10 out of 10 times prior to this year and all the weirdness that, in a good way, that's going on. Suicide squeeze by the Braves that probably wasn't even a suicide squeeze. And Laureano has a miserable night. And then he gets gunned down between third and home. And then Laureano out in right field overrunning the Jeff McNeil fly ball. And that being the game-winning hit. Or really, I don't know if they scored an error or not. I guess he didn't touch the ball, so probably not. I mean, the fact that those two wacky things happen in the Mets' favor in a game against the Atlanta Braves in July where Citi Field is packed.
Yep.
I mean, I've said that it's tough for me to fully buy in because it's just been tough with where the Vikings or the Mets or the Knicks or whoever. But every day it gets more and more apparent that this team just isn't going anywhere. Now, are they going to go to the NLCS and the World Series? That remains to be seen. But this team,
you mean they're not going away? They're going to be in this thing for the rest of the season.
They have to be. I think so.
You don't mean they're not going anywhere in terms of the playoffs and whatever they do in the playoffs?
No.
Right.
I mean,
you
they're
feel
not
good about the team now,
right?
Yes,
They're not. Yeah, they're not going anywhere as far as being a competitive team that'll probably get one of these wild cards if this keeps up.
You had Lindor with another homer last night. You could argue he's been the best player in baseball now for a couple of weeks, or maybe a month. He has been fantastic. Listen, this team was 15 games below 500. And here they are, in a wild card spot, Gio. And so part of my frustration spending the week here and kind of listening to the station, you guys are so negative about the Yankees, and I feel like what's happening is you're missing the best story in New York right now, and that's this lovable underdog Met team on a $300 million payroll. It appears that they're good. They're going to be around for a while and perhaps make the playoffs. And Gio, think about that. If I told you Mets playoffs 15 games under 500, you would have been like, you're out of your mind.
Well, that's what I did say. And Jerry, I got to give Jerry Recco credit. I'll see him next week. He believed in them even when they were terrible, 5, 6, 7 games under 500. Jerry said, I still think they'll come back and be a 500 team. I thought he was nuts.
Right.
But they
he was wrong.
Been.
They're better than that.
I mean, I guess really, and the reason, right, they have been better than that. I mean, as they are now 6 games over 500. Right there, only a half game behind the Atlanta Braves, a full game in the loss column. The NL East is probably out of reach, 10 games back of the Phillies, who have had a phenomenal season. But just get in at this point if you're the Mets. But really the turning point for them with Francisco Alvarez coming back, that's what you can really point to. But I think the reason why, more than anything, you want to say Jeff McNeil waking up, Lindor having an amazing season, is the fact that these guys at the bottom of the lineup are hitting in the way that they're hitting. And also, by the way, the bullpen that was the stone worst I think I've ever seen in my life has been great, with Budo moving to the bullpen, Maton coming over and being very good for them since he came over in that trade from Tampa. I mean, that them stabilizing themselves in that bullpen probably means more to the wins and losses than just about anything that's gone on over the last 3 weeks or so.
No question about it. Listen, it's baseball is it's tricky, right? It's a weird sport. And that's why I tell you, just because the Yankees' bottom half of the lineup isn't hitting right now doesn't mean they can't turn it around for a stretch of games.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose so, but at the same time,
no, but Gio,
they got some guys who are cooked. Like DJ LeMahieu is washed up, man.
I know, but you're talking about a Mets bullpen that wasn't good to start the season, and now they have righted the ship, and listen.
But I mentioned 2 guys who weren't in there.
Right.
That's the difference.
Well, that's a good point.
One guy was a starter who went in there. Another one they acquired in a trade.
Right.
You know, so
yes.
And it was really David Stearns and Carlos Mendoza that stabilized it by making those 2 decisions. But I'm maybe with the Yankees, but I even heard driving home. I don't know if you heard any of BT and Sal. I don't know if you listen to them because I know you don't like those guys. And
no. Now and Al Dukes is laughing at you because you can't do that.
Well, we know that you don't like them.
You can't. They don't like me. You can't do that. Okay. Because what I've noticed here for the 4 days that I've spent, and by the way, it's been 3 days too many, is I have pissed some people off here. Okay?
Yeah.
They are not happy about my presence here. They're not happy about how I handle the program director's job. You can't say that. You can't shove those words in my mouth.
Well, I'm not. I mean, I think I'm. Well, you talked about it with Dan. How you had an issue with those guys. I'm not making that up.
I don't have an issue. BT has not said hello to me.
Well, he hates your guts.
I know.
That is a fact.
But why? He was excited to meet me last time I was here.
No, he legitimately. I've been told by two people.
Yeah, he doesn't like me.
No, that not just doesn't like you. Hates you.
Me. Okay.
And despises the fact that you're in the building.
Okay.
No, I mean, that's what. So, 2 people that.
So
I'll tell you in the break who they were so you believe me that I'm not making that up or exaggerating that.
I don't think you're making it up.
Yeah, he hates you.
In fact, you didn't have to tell me that. I can already sense it. I feel it. It's Frosty.
I don't understand why.
I haven't seen him. He won't say hello.
I don't understand. I don't get it.
Right.
I mean, BT's a guy he's wound very tight.
Yes.
So I mean, maybe that's what it is, and there's a testosterone. It's like you know how you see like you watch like National Geographic or something like that, and there'll be like the alpha male gorilla, and then like another gorilla comes into the jungle, and then there's the beating of the chest and stuff like that. Or, so I mean, I think that's what's going on. I mean, I think he feels a little bit of that
territory thing.
Yeah, right. Like I saw him peeing in the corner of the newsroom the other day, just marking his territory because you were walking in, and he lifted his leg too. It was crazy. But yeah, I mean, that's probably what it is.
BP.
Yeah, but I didn't think. I mean, maybe it was because of the whole. Maybe it was because of the whole program director thing that he really hated you. I don't know if there was something prior to that. But
the first time he came on with me in Levitard, he was so thrilled to be on. And in fact, he said to Dan, "I'm not interested in talking to you. I want to talk to Stu about the Jets." You know,
right. Yeah.
And then last year, I was here. I met him outside. He was great. I told you the story earlier this week. I'm terrified of those 2 guys. They're sports radio goons. I mean, he walked in with a hoodie on, and the hood was actually on his head.
That's right.
It was very intimidating.
It is intimidating.
And he's very tall.
He's a big guy.
But he's also very nice. And I have no idea what I have done to piss him off. In fact, I think I haven't done a thing. It's you. You say
no.
No, that's irresponsible. You can't do that.
It's not
you
me.
can't say Stu. I know you don't like those guys.
No, I think
I've never said that to you.
No. I think
because that would suggest that you and I sit around, we play 18 holes of golf, and all I'm doing is bashing Sal.
Where it comes from is that whole conversation I think that you guys had on your show, and then you were making fun of them for the takes and that stuff, and he took that personally. So I don't know. I mean, you actually have never said anything about disliking BT to me. I did in the beginning of this, when in the entry point of this thing, I was exaggerating, saying that I don't know if you listen to those guys because you don't like them.
Yeah.
But everything I've said about BT hating you is 100% the truth. But you not liking them, I was exaggerating. But To the point.
What were they talking about? Anyway,
yes. They were at the Joe Torre Safe at Home Foundation golf tournament.
Okay.
And Tom Verducci was on, and he had the similar take that we were talking about it. Look at the guys that are on this Yankees team, and you're going to believe that they're going to turn it around. Because if you actually look at them and who they are and what they've been, really they're going to need Giancarlo Stanton to come back. They're going to need Dominguez to come back. They're going to need those guys who aren't here to come back to contribute, because some of these guys on the roster that have been struggling are just not going to wake up because of what we've seen from them. So that really was the point when you weren't listening to BT and Sal on your drive to Port Washington.
Yeah.
Where nobody knew you from the town you grew up in.
Right. Well, why would they know me? I'm like 20 years removed from that town. I mean, and you know that. Gio is so, and I was so thrilled, because most of the time when I go places, it's me having to do the dog and pony show.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I do. I understand.
Listeners, they see you. They want to talk to you. Yesterday, you got it all.
Yeah. Well.
And it was great just for a minute to be able to sit kind of, off to the side and watch Gio do the work.
Yeah.
And you were great with the fans.
That's what you have to do.
I mean, especially when you play.
The second people don't know you and don't know what you do and don't recognize you and don't
It's
want
over.
the picture, then it's over. You're done. You're cooked. The career, just do something else.
Now, I know you were fighting through a lot of emotion there because you wanted to rip my head off after the round of golf, but still, like the true pro that you are, you were able to get through those conversations. I don't know if I would have been able to do it.
No. I mean,
after shooting 140 on a golf course, I'm not certain I'd be able to talk to anyone.
It was a 103. It was a
Okay.
103. Yes, it was a 103, and you shot a 90, and you beat me, and you did. And you're an annoying golfer to play against, because very rarely do any of your shots look like golf shots, and they're just, you hit these little worm burners 3 feet off the ground, and then they roll right up next to the pin, and it's like, how is that happening? And then that signature par 3 that they have there with the water in the back and the sailboats, and it's surrounded by it's almost like jungle forest.
Yeah.
And I shanked the one in the woods, but like the shot, it was majestic and high and sounded like a golf shot. I just hit it way right.
Yeah.
You just completely, you mishit it. It's a line drive. It's this little piss missile thing that you didn't mean to do.
Yeah.
It hits a mound, pops up in the air, lands on the green, and trickles to 3 feet from the pin. And what are you doing at that point? You're smacking me, calling me Gino.
I did. That happened.
You're going, Gino.
Gino,
it's going to be a hole-in-one. Gino.
It's
and
going in.
And at that point, I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Al, I have Gino at his most pissed off point, okay? Because I've already hit, by my own admission, I've already hit a couple of lucky shots, and he had every right to be upset. And I'm winning every single hole. And I'm taking every single dollar that he has in his pocket, okay? And I have him at his most, I would say, angriest point of the day. Is that fair?
Yeah, right.
Like, he is quitting golf. He is throwing clubs at me. He's embarrassing me at my own course, for crying out loud. All right?
Yeah.
And we step up, and he's right. This par 3 signature hole, like $150, right?
Mm-hmm.
I take out a 7-iron. I hit it. I said, oh, that's too much. I go, that's too much. And there's a lot of money on the line here, because I think we had a carryover, right, or something like that.
Yeah.
And so I said, Gio, I think that's too much. I think it's too much. And then it hits the side of a hill, careens off the side of the hill, rolls to within 2 feet of the hole. And I am, the entire time, I'm screaming because I think I have hit my first hole-in-one.
Yeah.
And that's not the way you want to hit your first hole-in-one.
Well,
it is not.
No.
But it was an effective shot.
It was,
And it won me the hole. So I have Gio at his angriest point of the afternoon.
Yeah.
And what do? Pull out my best shot, a 7-iron that careens off the side of something and rolls within 3 feet of the pin.
And while I'm watching this,
one of the great shots in golf history.
Right. Yeah, and while I'm watching this, you are calling me by a name that is not my name.
Nah. Gino!
Yeah. You could have gone with Greg or Gio, which is my nickname, and said you went with Gino.
What was great is you stopped me in the middle of all of this and said, listen, dude.
It's not my name.
It's Gio.
It's not my name. You can call me a lot. Gino. And at that point, I said, I really, at that moment, I said, this is the least enjoyable golf experience I've ever had, and it's not even close.
I felt it.
Not even close.
I know.
So I'm glad that's over, though. I am. Like, when I got in the car, I immediately got in a better mood.
You did?
Because I was like, man, that's over now.
Right.
I don't have to deal with that any longer.
And someone in the parking lot noticed you. You felt good about yourself.
No.
You did. You know you did.
No,
it's
I
okay.
didn't.
Yeah,
No,
you're
no,
still
I
in
was-
that phase. It's okay. Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm not in that phase.
Yeah.
I wasn't even going to bring that up until I saw that Dan said that you were bigger than everybody around here. So I was like, maybe nationally, sure.
Yeah.
Nobody knows you're at. They don't. None of my guys in Sayville that
They don't know. Yeah,
they have
'cause
no clue you do radio, where you came from, nothing.
I'm totally fine because they're busy listening to this radio station. That's
Well,
why
that's
I want
the
to work
thing.
here. I don't want to be relevant in North Dakota. I want to be relevant in my own hometown. Right now, Gio is, and I'm not.
That's
you think I
right.
care about what's going on in South Dakota? I mean, I show up there and 1,000 people greet me at the airport.
That's right.
I want them to greet me at the airport here.
Yeah, not going to happen.
I know.
Not going to happen.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it's especially not going to happen after BT kills you today. He puts a plastic bag over your head and strangles you in the newsroom.
I don't know.
He's been planning it the entire time.
I have no idea what I have done to this person.
I'll get to the bottom of it if you like.
Will
I
you
can do that? Yeah, I'll do it right here. He won't come in. Like, how Sal came in and had like some fun with it and was a good sport.
I feel
BT
better.
will not do that. He won't do it.
Why?
He's just not. It's not his thing. He's too serious about sports talk. Like, he won't come in and have fun with it.
Like, laughing is not his thing?
Yeah, he won't do it. I mean, a pen exploded in his mouth.
Yeah. And he kept it moving?
Yeah, he was like, come on, let's just do the segment. Just do the show.
If a pen
Just do the show.
If a pen exploded in Boomer's mouth, you would spend 4 hours on it. Right?
Probably, yeah. 4 days, maybe, I think, is probably what we would do.
And my show would spend 4 months on it.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But, all right, quickly here, because I know you love calls like this. Bob and Congers. What's going on, Bob?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Hey, man.
Hey, Bob.
Stu Gotz.
Yo.
I freaking hate him, but he's so I just want to listen to him every single freaking day. He's so good.
I want you to listen
And I
to
can
me every
tell
single
Gio,
day. Yeah,
he
go ahead.
pisses you off.
Yeah. That's what I do. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a weird thing with him. You know,
It's a love-hate
is.
relationship.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. You can't stand him, but you somehow need more. I don't know how or why.
What you need is silence during the breaks.
Yeah, I do need that.
And that's what Boomer gives you. I mean, seriously.
Most of the time.
Is he chatty during the breaks? Because most of the content on our show comes from what I'm talking about during our commercial break. It's why I do it.
Yeah, I know, I get it, but Boomer sometimes he'll read me articles during the breaks. He likes doing that. I don't know why.
Really?
That's what he likes to do.
What do you mean?
I mean what I say. He'll read an article.
Do you pretend to listen?
I used to. Now I just get up and leave.
If he senses you're not listening, does he get angry?
No.
Really? So he's just a senile old man.
No,
reading out
I'm not
loud?
saying that at all. No. I think he likes to read, and he likes, like, if something was pertinent to what we were talking about, he'll pull up an article on it and then read it out loud.
Oh,
That's what he'll do.
educate you.
Well,
Give you
just
some
like,
more
hey, here's
information.
some context on the
Right.
thing that.
Did you know this?
Right, that type of thing.
Perhaps this will help the conversation.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I'm like, I just need quiet, man.
Here's what I've noticed about you. You don't like people, man.
No, it's not. It's more you I don't like. I just think that you're implying that you're extrapolating.
Listen to me.
In a way.
You're the only thing I have here, man. I can't lose you. I've lost Sal. I've lost BT. Evan hates me. Hates me. Tiki has no idea who I am. Okay?
Yeah, probably not. Yeah.
All I have is you.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well, I think it's what here's the thing that really what it comes down to is, and when you've got you got a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old, and you're at that point in your life, and they're loud and energetic and all of that, and then like when you're not around that, you need quiet, because when you go home, it's gonna be like so, all of that's going on, and a dog and mother-in-laws and all those things.
Right.
So like when I'm here and I'm away from that, I like relaxed quiet. And then when you enter my world,
that's impossible.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Yeah.
All right, we have to take a break. We'll get to CeeLo. It's Boomer and Gio. It's Stu Gotz.